The hit TV show The Penguin, starring Colin Farrell and Kristen Milioti, was announced in March 2022 as a spin-off of The Batman, with Matt Reeves serving as executive producer alongside showrunner Lauren LaFranc. An in-production teaser trailer was released in April 2023, giving a bit more insight into the show. I wasn't really too excited for the series, especially considering DC's recent track record with shows and movies. I did enjoy The Batman for the most part, but Penguin wasn't exactly a standout character in my opinion, even though Colin Farrell was incredible in that role. The first two trailers did manage to draw me in, especially because of how much I like the atmosphere of the Batman movie. This series clearly promised more of that gritty vibe, but from a fresh perspective. I was definitely late to the party, but I kept hearing everywhere how good it was, so I finally decided to check it out. I mean, it couldn't possibly be as bad as, you know. But yeah, long story short, I was hooked after the first episode. Everything from the characters to the music and the visuals stood out to me throughout every episode. I mean, I definitely felt fully immersed in the show. It always feels great to watch something where effort is clearly put into every character we're introduced to, making things feel well-rounded and tied together neatly. I found myself caring about characters I didn't think I would. The way the show brings out emotions through its storytelling and character arcs is incredibly well done. Whether it's tension, sympathy, or outright dislike, every feeling I had towards the characters felt earned and genuine. The story picks up immediately after the events of The Batman, where the Riddler detonates a series of bombs that flood Gotham City, with the poorer districts taking the hardest hit. His goal was to shine a light on the city's systemic corruption and force those in power to confront the failures of their leadership, while showing the public how broken the system really is. With the city in chaos, the Penguin focuses on Oswald Cobb, who sees an opportunity to rise up in the criminal underworld. However, Sophie Falcone, Carmine Falcone's daughter, returns to Gotham to reclaim her family's empire. This sets off a power struggle between Oz and Sophia as they clash over control of Gotham City's criminal world. Even though it's very difficult not to, I don't want to spoil anything as I feel like this series should be experienced firsthand. Each character is introduced quite naturally, and even when it feels like they're not, the show manages to tie it all together in a way that makes sense, at least from my perspective. I usually feel like I can predict how things might turn out in a show or movie, mainly because I've seen so many at this point. But this show was very good at making me second guess how things would play out, and even when things did turn out as I predicted, it was still a shock because of how well each scene was made. I feel like I could have said that a lot simpler, but I'm sure you know what I mean. I can't talk about this series without giving a shout out to the cast for their amazing job with portraying these characters, especially Colin Farrell and Kristen Milioti. I'm always a fan of actors being able to portray so much emotion non-verbally, and these two, and all the main cast to be honest, did a great job with that. I'm also really a fan of how each episode gives a subtle nod to Oz's iconic outfit from the comics, as well as past shows and movies. And I might get some pushback for what I'm about to say, but in my opinion, Colin Farrell as the Penguin is in the same league as Henry Cavill as Superman or Heath Ledger as the Joker. They all managed to embody a version of the character we're familiar with while adding a twist that makes it stand out on its own. I wasn't familiar with Sophia Falcone from the comics as far as I can remember, but Kristen Milioti's performance made that character stand out a lot to me. Deirdre O'Connell, who plays Oz's mum, also gave a memorable performance. These three actors were the highlights of the show in my opinion. Any gripes I had that might have taken me out of the experience slightly aren't worth mentioning because everything else just works incredibly well. I've been hearing rumors about a potential season 2, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. And judging by how the show ended, we're definitely going to be seeing him return in the future, which I'm really looking forward to. Anyway, I think this show really stands on its own. Even if you're not familiar with the character from the comics or the Batman movie, you'll be able to enjoy it for what it is. A well-written, well-produced, grounded storyline that anyone can get into. And this is exactly what I want from the MCU as well. So yeah, hopefully the success of this show can bring us more well-written and well-produced stories, regardless of whether they're grounded or fantastical. I just want to feel immersed with great performances where the characters are truly brought to life through great acting rather than just actors playing a part, if you know what I mean. Let me know down below what you thought about the show and whether or not it needs a second season. Feel free to let me know if you agree or disagree with anything I said in the video. Thanks so much for making it this far into it, and please like and subscribe for more videos like these in the future. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, so I'll catch you in a bit.